Okay, happy Monday. Yay, it's Monday. I'm actually so excited about this because today we're going to go over our SMART goals. And I don't know how all of a sudden I got these chimes going. I don't know if you guys can hear them or not. But anyway, we've got more people joining us. So we're going to go over our SMART goals. So we decided as a group, this group in particular, that we were going to do some SMART goals for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we all agreed, or the people that did agree, that we were going to do an impromptu RRP by Sunday. We were going to try to do 1 or 2 3-way calls by Sunday, and we were going to do 2 exposures a day until Sunday. So what I'd like you guys to do while you're on this Zoom this morning is tally your points and see what your percentage is. Because I want to hear some stories today. So we said we'd hear some stories today. So I'm going to randomly have you guys open up your call, your Zoom, so that you can share a story. So I just kind of want to give you an example of how you would kind of look at your SMART goals and how you did. So for an RRP, you get 4 points. For a 3-way call, you get 2 points. And for 1 exposure, you get 2 points. So in the example here, if you did an RRP from Thursday to Sunday and you did 1 RRP, you get 4 points. If you did 1 3-way call, you'd get 2 points per call. So if you did the 2 calls, you'd get 4 points. If you did 1 exposure equaling 2 points and you did 2 a day, that would be 8 exposures total, and that would be 16 points. So the total of all of this, if you did them all to the maximum, would be 24 points. So if you hit 20 points out of that 24, your percentage is 82%. And David Bird says, you know, you want to hit at least 70% of your goal. That's really good. And it's not about the results, it's about the activity. So the more activity you do and the better you are at hitting your goals, you're going to see the results 90 days later. So what you're looking for is you're looking for consistency in just doing your SMART goals, okay? So if you take, if you have a pen or paper and you're not driving, and you can kind of give yourself the points that you know that you tracked, this is a way that you can see what your percentage is. Now, what's really fun about this, you guys, as a group on Zoom, is that if we track our goals that we hit, if we track our numbers on a fun way and kind of share our stories, we can help everybody win. We can help everybody get to the next level. So what I would like to do is I would like to hear your story. So who can share a good story about something that they did with one of the SMART goals that we had for Thursday? Is there anybody out there that could share a story? Just unmute yourself, because I know it would be good for all of us to hear your story. Come on, guys. Somebody open up and tell their story.
Good morning, it's Carla.
Hi, Carla.
Hi. Well, I love your SMART Goal Fun Challenge. And yesterday I was shopping with my aunt, popping around in and out of stores, and I was able to just talk to the lady who's the store owner. And she definitely has a little, you know, all of us need improvements. Well, it turns out she's interested in having and hosting various parties in her store, and it could lead to a very, very successful contact. So along with that, I had an exposure with her. We had a chance to do kind of a mini RRP and sampling. But the day before, I was with one of my sweet downline from Vegas, and she had about 15 women over at her friend's house in North Hollywood. And we had like this continual increase of all of her friends coming to visit her because she hasn't been there for a while. And we had eye demos, and we had lots of Armenian food. It was amazing. And across the street was this fantastic Christmas home and just having a blast everywhere I go, like at the grocery store, popping into people on purpose. Just having a lot of fun. So I did well with the point system during your 2-day challenge.
Well, that's awesome. And, you know, if you look at your SMART goals, and you had, it sounds like you had 2 impromptu RRPs or some, you know, something to that effect, which is
right.
So that would have been points.
And then
you had a bunch of exposure.
So my Thursday I had 3 exposures, Friday I had 2, and Saturday I had 1.
That's
extra,
awesome.
and Sunday on 1. So it was all amazing.
So Carla, put your points down and add them up and see where you hit on your SMART goals.
22.
You did 22 points? Okay, so you probably hit your 70%. That's pretty good. That's
awesome.
You want to try for 70% of your SMART goals. That's what we want. We're looking for just doing some consistency. That's great stories. Thank you so much. Does anyone else have any stories to share on how they hit their SMART goals in the last 4 days?
I do. It's Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Hi. So Noah started a new school, and I started chatting with a mom in the classroom, and she and I ended up going to get a coffee and getting our nails done while the kids were at school. And I played a little video and did an impromptu RRP, and then we're getting together this week. I didn't have my eye serum with me, but we're going to do a little demo. And then we had our new neighbors invited us for this progressive dinner. And so we had 20 people, as I was saying, and several kids come through. And so there weren't any, it wasn't an RRP, but definitely probably 6 exposures to women have said, oh, I'd like to try the eye serum. So those are all initial seeds planted. My new man, woman, I gave her a little eye demo, a little packet to take with her. And then something kind of cool, I used to do Sharon Osbourne's Christmas Eve and Thanksgiving dinners, and I haven't talked to them in years, and I got a call from her assistant. So I'm doing a dinner for them tomorrow night. And the chef that I'm bringing in are people that I exposed years ago. And the one assistant, Antoinette, who you know, Annie, was like, Laura, now I really seriously think I need the Nerium. So I'm meeting them later, and I'm going to bring some stuff with them. And then yesterday, some of our old neighbors came over to see us, and they're both from the Philippines. And they were some of the very first people I exposed 3 years ago. She didn't have a good experience with the product, but now with our new products and us starting to do these Zooms, they want to get on a Zoom. And he even said he has family in the Philippines, and he said he would maybe host a little something for his family here. So that was very cool. They left with the eye serum and U Economy. So that was, but I didn't do any 3-way calls. So that was where I need to work on.
Laura, that's a lot of exposures, and really try if you can on your planner to tally up all the exposures and eye serum demos that you did, and really look at what you did in your activity, because that's a lot of activity. And, you know, I was talking to Robin earlier this morning about the fact that, you know, when you track the activity, this activity that you're doing in the moment and the consistency of it doesn't really show up the results for, 30, 60, 90 days. Mm-hmm. So what we're doing here in the holiday season of really, being social and running into people and saying, oh my God, look what I've got. You definitely want it. That's phenomenal to do. It's just phenomenal activity to do. So I really, really think it would be great if you looked at what you did in the last 4 days and really, showed yourself the amount of activity that you did on your SMART goals. I too, like you, I did a lot of exposures. I did an impromptu RRP. I did a lot of the right activity, and I didn't get in my 3-way calls personally. And then Robin gave me a great tip that her and Maria talked about, which I'm going to have her share in a second. But anyway, I just think that's awesome activity. We need one more story on SMART goals, and then we're going to move on. Does anybody have one more story on their SMART goals that they did this weekend?
I will, Annie.
Okay. Hi, Denise.
Hi. So I had kind of an impromptu RRP yesterday. The girl actually was out Christmas shopping and she wasn't going to come. And then last minute she said, you know what, can I come now? So it just kind of happened. And so she went away with a 5-day. She went away with a packet of eye serum, but we actually did a demo while she was here. And one of the things that I've always struggled with were 3-way calls. And I was able to get Robin, like, just an impromptu, like, 3-way call. Like, she had some kind of concerns after she applied it, and so I was able to get Robin on the call, like, just like that. And that's something that I've always struggled with. So I actually had 3 of them this week. I had a customer who was having issues, and so I just kind of said, you know what, let me get you on the phone. And Laura was great and helping me out with that. And then talking with the customer, she decided that, you know, she would make a change to one of the products that she was using, and I got Laura back on the phone again. And that was something really out of my comfort zone, to try to figure out the best way to bring, like, you know, an expert in to talk to one of my, you know, either a prospect or a customer. I fell short a little bit on the actual exposures or you know, sending videos and stuff. I almost made it, but I was a little bit short. And then on December 1st, somebody I had been talking to actually got back to me and became a customer that day. So I did you know, pretty good with it, and I'm just really happy that I got my 3-way calls in, because that's something that I've been struggling with. So that's it.
You know, Denise, I'm so happy that you shared that story, because I think, you know, including myself, we all struggle with 3-way calls, and I think they're so incredibly valuable. I mean, they really are 100% no matter what you're doing. So Robin, before we move on, because that's a great story, and I thank you so much for sharing. Before we move on, Robin, can you share the 3-way call scenario that you were talking about? Because I think it's awesome.
Yeah, and I think, well, Maria is on here. Maria, I don't know if you want me to share how you got your friend on the 3-way call, or if the kids are being good. But I can tell you. So
you can tell just because they're not.
Okay. Okay. So basically, Maria has this friend that she's been, you know, dripping on over time, that she built a relationship with, that's kind of interested in Miriam, but has a little hesitation on joining, and, you know, if she wants to do the business. It's more like, not that she's lazy, but she just doesn't know that she wants to invest the time into doing this, but she's perfect for the business. So what Maria did was, she said, you know, my group put out some goals this week, and I'm training on doing some 3-way calls, because I kind of fell off with doing my 3-way calls. So I really need to practice, and I need to hear what Robin says on the 3-way calls so I could be better for my team. So she got me on the phone with her, and we had a really awesome 3-way call. It was like 30 minutes long. The girl did have a ton of questions. I think it went really well, and I addressed a lot of her concerns, and she is quite perfect for this business, to be honest. And for me, with my activities, I did my exposures, and I had an impromptu RRP, and I did not do any 3-way calls either. And what I'm going to do is get my friend Casey on the phone today, because Casey is interested in the business, and she wanted to wait a couple of months before joining, but she's had multiple exposures. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get Casey on the phone today, and I'm going to say, Casey, can you do me a favor and ask my friend Maria a couple of questions? Because Casey and Maria I can mirror match them. Casey's daughter's about Jude's age, and so they have a lot in common. But I'm going to say, I'm getting my friend Maria on the phone, because I'm training Maria on doing 3-way calls, and I want to make sure Maria is really saying the right things. So can you hop on the phone with Maria and I and ask Maria the questions that you have about joining Miriam, or if there's any hesitations, you know, and just kind of ask Maria. So I know Maria is amazing on 3-way calls, but Casey doesn't know that. And so that's what I'm going to do to get on my 3-way calls, to get myself out of the way of being the expert, because most of my prospects see me as someone higher up in the company with the car and this and that. And so it's really hard for me then to play stupid. As Larry said, like, it's really hard to transition into a 3-way call after you're in the company for 3.5 years. But if I can say, hey, I'm training some people. Can I get them on? That'll be a good way to get me started into getting back into my three-way calls. So that's my story, Annie.
Okay, that's the best.
Genius.
That's wonderful. See, I love that because I think a lot of us get to be the experts a lot, and it's very weird, hard sometimes to transition. So to be able to help train somebody or do a practice call or any of those things that Robin talked about. And Maria, thank you so much for that. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate it. Okay, so here we are Monday, and we've got some more SMART goals for this week. And what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of share with you the SMART goals for the week, and then we're going to once again talk the following Monday on do some stories on our SMART goals. So our SMART goals for this week to track is we want to follow up with one person a day. So that means that all the exposures that you did last week, you don't want to stop doing exposures, but you want to start doing your follow-up. So if you got their information, you want to make sure that you follow up with one person a day at least who you either spoke to. We did a lot of exposures over the last 4 days. So you want to make sure that you get back to them with either the product or with a video or something like that. You want to also, a SMART goal is to schedule one sit down or one RRP this week. So personally, so that's, meeting somebody for Starbucks or doing something impromptu the way, Denise did or I did this weekend. You should share the product, share a video, or get somebody on a three-way call. And everybody who wants to be in on our SMART goal this week, we're all going to sponsor one new customer personally. So starting today until Friday, our goal is to each sponsor a personal customer. Okay, so if you're in, say in, and let us know that you're participating.
I'm in.
And
I'm in.
Okay.
And
Cool.
and
Okay. That's
I'm in.
In.
Yay. All right, now this next thing that we're going to do is kind of fun, and I just got this email, so I'm kind of excited about it, you guys. I want to make sure you can all see my screen here. So I got a note we got a note from our Epic team, and they said, NMDs, we want to post a short testimonial video on our fan page on a regular basis. Can you pick out a few of your people who have fantastic product or business testimonials and have them submit a 2-minute video to our main email? So what I thought we would do in this group is we've got always about 25 to 35 people on here at any given point. What I want to do is in the next couple of days, I want you guys to be putting together, if you have time and if you have an interest, put together a 2-minute video on you and a testimonial. So what they're looking for here is your name, where you're from, what your background is, what your highest achieved rank is, and how Nerium has changed your life or is changing your life. Could be the business, personal development, but no longer than 2 minutes, okay? So you can have somebody video you. We can actually do it here on our group page. So if you say, look, I'd like to do my 2-minute video and I'd love to do it in front of the group, I can record it for you and actually submit it for you on my YouTube channel, or you can do it yourself. You can then email it into me and I will email it into our Epic team and they will highlight it on the page. And why I think this is amazing, you guys, and why I think it's important for each and every one of us to do a 2-minute video is I think a lot of you were on before when Caroline did a video about herself, and it was really moving and really touching, and it really kind of hit all of us in the heart, about why she was doing this business. So I really recommend each and every one of you to do it. If you don't want to share it with the world, that's okay, but do it anyway, just to do it for yourself. And maybe we'll highlight it on this call too, so we feel comfortable, and then we can maybe put it on the page. But I want you to be thinking about that, okay? So all right, does everybody have their SMART goals? I'm going to post it on our team page, the SMART goals. But if you don't have it, so look on the page. And those of you that want to participate, we're going to track that on Friday. Okay, so we're looking for 70% of the SMART goals to achieve. And I just say go out and have an awesome week. Now, this is a great week, you guys, because we're almost at that point in December where people are winding down in business. They're having more parties. They're getting together socially with their work people and other people that they haven't seen in a while. So this is an opportunity to do all of these impromptu exposures, and exposures are everything. So thank you guys so much for joining in today. I really appreciate your participation. Let's have some fun and go out there and get smart with our goals, okay? Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you.
Awesome
Thank
morning.
you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Annie.
Thank you.